Welcome to the Isle of Skye, Scotland, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Well, there are so many beautiful places in Scotland, but the Isle of Skye holds a special place in my heart. Let's embark on a road trip of Skye together. Our first stop on the Isle of Skye was the Sligachan Bridge. Not only is this a beautiful stopping point for the start of your adventures, but there's a funny reason why many travelers stop here. We're here at the Isle of Skye, and it's rumored that the waters that flow beneath this bridge provide eternal beauty to whoever can stick their face in the waters for 7 seconds. Now, while I am not gutsy enough to do it because that water is very cold, Justin said that he is up for the challenge. Justin was a bit skeptical and thought I might be playing a prank on him, so I had to look it up online to prove that I wasn't just making this up. While there's a long legend behind this, to gain eternal beauty, you must submerge your face into the water for 7 seconds. Once you're done, you can't dry off your face. You have to let your face air dry naturally for eternal beauty to take full effect. 5, 6, 7. You did it! Yes!
Am I beautiful?
You're gorgeous. I was really proud of him because that water was freezing. How do you feel?
I feel cold. I feel good. And beautiful, obviously. And I'm gonna let it dry now so I can feel the full effects.
As you can already see, the Isle of Skye is quite the magical place, so it only made sense that our next stop was the fairy pools. This is a wonderful walk on a scenic trail, and you'll be surrounded by a series of crystal clear pools, pretty little cascades, and distant mountain peaks. As you can imagine, this area is steeped in tales and legends of fairies. It really does feel like a mystical place, and I'm sure you will notice when you visit. Walk along this series of pools and waterfalls as far as you'd like, and you can even take a dip in the chilly waters if you dare. I loved admiring the scenic views all around, and it's one of the prettiest walks you can do on Skye. Next up, this one is a bit more of a hike than a walk. The Old Man of Storr is an amazing rock formation and brilliant place to go for a hike. Legend has it that the Old Man of Storr was once a giant who lived on the Isle of Skye. Another tale says that 2 giants who lived on the ridge were fleeing from a demon. When they looked back, the demon turned them into a huge cluster of stones. There are other legends associated with this rocky hill face because they are so unusual and distinct as they jut out of the terrain. The walk is otherworldly and offers some of the most brilliant views from the top. It's pretty much an uphill climb. While it isn't that long of a hike, it does get quite steep as you go, particularly towards the end. The view from the top makes it all worthwhile. The panoramic scenery is breathtaking. This was probably my favorite place in all of Skye. Another incredible walk you can take on the Isle of Skye is the Quiraing walk. This is another amazing vista where you can experience Skye's spectacular landscapes. The Quiraing is the site of a massive grassy crater with rugged cliffs and rock formations sticking out of it. We didn't end up embarking on a second lengthy walk on Skye. Even if you don't want to do the full trek, you can do what we did and make a short stop at the Quiraing lookout, which isn't too far from the car park. Did you know that the Isle of Skye is home to a stunning waterfall? Mealt Falls is a 55-meter waterfall that plunges down over steep cliffs into the sea. And speaking of cliffs, the aptly named Kilt rock is off in the distance beyond Mealt Falls, as the pattern of the rocks does bear a resemblance to a kilt. Mealt Falls is a rare waterfall as it drops straight into the ocean. The viewpoint for the falls is right next to the parking lot, so this one requires very little effort for a big payoff. Our last stop on the Isle of Skye was the fairy Glen. Yes, another magical place that looks absolutely ideal for a fairy to call home. You'll spot lush, craggy landscapes, a stone circle labyrinth, and a dramatic scene that looks straight from a storybook. Not only can you go for a wander around the rolling hills, but there's a ruined tower here known as Castle Ewan, or the Fairy Castle. When you visit the Fairy Glen, please leave the landscape as you found it. Do not place stones around the labyrinth, as it's not good for the nature and the wildlife here. Please be respectful of the land and the wishes of the locals, as there are signs posted. I hope you've enjoyed an overview of our favorite places on the Isle of Skye. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay informed of our next videos around Scotland and the world.